A KSL Sports Beat presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Presented by SportsMedUtah.com.
He casts it off. It's good. It's good. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Jalen Moore has won the game. Oh, my. It's most incredible. He's being mobbed. It's just absolute bedlam here. The coaching staff, this is the most amazing thing I've seen.
Wow, what a night last night in the semifinals. Hi there and welcome to Game Night Live, presented by SportsMedUtah.com. 3 state high school basketball titles on tap tonight, and after yesterday's wild and wacky semis in the 4A and 5A boys, the championship games definitely had a lot to live up to. But before we get to today's title matchups, let's go back and relive how those teams arrived to today's finale. Let's begin Alta and Bingham, the black and blue rivalry, starting off the 5A tournament Monday morning in Ogden. Miners had the shots falling early from 3 land. Braxton McKee 3 gives Bingham a 9-0 lead. They led by as much as 12 in the first half. Hawks would get a nice turnaround, Jay, right there from Landon Albrecht. That gives Alta its first lead, and they did not look back after that. Hawks get the first round win Monday, 65-61. So Alta moving on to meet the winner of Weber and West. Those two going at it on Monday. All right, let's go right to the good stuff. Dunk Fest for the Warriors. Austin Tess with one right there. Then Garrett Bucky up ahead, and that would put Weber up by 30. And then Hayden Skank, it's away from everybody. Hop up and put it down. Blowout City Warriors send West home on Monday, 68-39. American Fork and Jordan, first round on Monday. Bead Diggers looking for a pretty big upset here. Second half, Jordan taking control too. McKay Nielsen. And the foul, it's a 4-point play. Bead Diggers up 7. Cavemen would rally though. Ryan Anders with the easy 2. Then Brady Harris for 3. American Fork, they would be up by 1 for the first time right there, and they would hold on to that lead. Free throws down the stretch. AF over the Bead Diggers, 51-47. Next game, Brandon Miller and his Brighton Bengals facing Pleasant Grove. PG up early, Riley Court. Vikings had a 2-point lead after the first quarter. Rest of the way, though, it was Brighton Miller. That's his only 3 of the game, but his teammates didn't need him. Brighton runs away with this one, 70-55. Another Region 1 and Region 2 matchup, Davis and Kearns. Second quarter, Dayon Goodman, sweet move right there, and the foul. Kearns down, only 3, but the darts, too tough on defense, leading to easy Jesse Wade layups. The best play of the day right here, though. Bushman, a bet, hammer time, but Davis would pull away to win it by 13. All right, the number 1 team in the nation, Lone Peak, opening up on Monday with West Jordan. Tyler Haas, Eric Mika. That's what we saw a lot this week. Then Haas with a steal. MC hammer time for TJ. Lone Peak cruises past West Jordan by 37 in the first round. Syracuse had to fight just to get in the playoffs, and they would face Hunter in the opening round. And it was rough right there. Wolverines' Brandon Davies, though, will get loose for the hammer time. Hunter down 4 in the fourth quarter. Titans, Deontay Mitchell hammered, but still gets it to go. Syracuse will knock off the Region 2 champ Hunter 53-36. All right, in the late game on Monday, another Region 1 and 2 matchup, Viewmont and Northridge. Northridge loving the 3-ball. Bond, that's Dallas Bond, knocks it down. Then it's Bigler, Jacob Bigler. Northridge up 3 at the half. Second half, the 3s didn't fall, and Viewmont would take advantage. McKay Richens with a bucket and the foul. Northridge put up 41 threes. They only made 7 of them. Viewmont wins it 56-43. So that moves us to the 5A quarters on Wednesday. Jeremiah Jensen, who was hunkered down in the Purple Palace all week long, recaps the 5A quarters.
The final result of the game wasn't a surprise, but the star of the game was. BYU football signee Talon Shumway couldn't miss. He was 6 of 8 from 3-point range and finished with 25 points and that dunk. Davis was led by sophomore Jesse Wade. This crafty move led to 2 of his 13 points, but Lone Peak moves on with an 84-50 victory. Brandon Miller will leave in 2 weeks to begin serving an LDS mission. He scored 26 points, leading the Bengals to a win over Viewmont 69-58. Ryan Andrus scored a game-high 22 points and pulled down 11 rebounds. His dunk put American Fork ahead for good in a 41-37 win over Syracuse. American Fork gets Alta in the semifinals. RJ Beard hit the biggest shot of his life in the final minute. The Hawks held Weber to just 1 basket in the fourth quarter. They win 49-43.
So that moves us to the 5A semis yesterday in Ogden. What a crazy and controversial day we had. Let's start with Lone Peak and 5A, rematch of last year's state championship game where the Knights beat the Bengals by 30. And in the first game of this season, Knights beat them by 20. So the Bengals looking for something to change to pull off the biggest upset in the country. So for the final 3 minutes of the first quarter and the first 7:50 of the second quarter, the Bengals just held the ball. Nobody moved for 11 minutes. Nobody scored in the second quarter. And the Knights had a 14-7 lead at the half. Lone Peak would pull away in the second half. Mika with the throwdown. Lone Peak pulls away, winning it 53-27. They move on to the state championship. But for Brighton, that stall provided a lot of controversy.
You know, I'm a big boy, and I told them at halftime, no one's booing you, they're booing me, and you know what? It is what it is, but I told them my job was to give us a chance to win, and I thought, hey, let's turn it into a 16-minute game if they're going to let us.
You know, I don't blame Jeff Gardner at all. He's done an outstanding job at Brighton. He's really good, but I think what it lends itself to is, hey, let's get a shot clock in the state.
Shot clock would be nice. In the other 5A semi, Alta and American Fork. Hawks beat the Cayman by 7 back in December. American Fork's Tyler Rawson had 10 points and 6 rebounds in the first half, including that tip into end the half. Second half, Alta point guard Trevor Hill would take over. He finished with 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, leading Alta to the 5A title. So that brings us to today's 5A championship. Lone Peak #1 and Alta. Lone Peak hadn't lost to a team from Utah since last season. They've beaten every team in Utah this season by 19 or more points. Alta not going to that stall ball tactic like Brighton did yesterday, and Lone Peak would say, all right, thank you very much, TJ Hawes, 3-ball. Knights were up 6. Moments later, Hawes, alley-oop to Mika. But the Hawks were hanging tight in the first quarter. Zach Rollins. Lone Peak led by only 6 after 1 quarter. In the second quarter, Connor Toulson spots up for 3. He had 10, that ups the lead to 13, but Rollins would come right back, and he would cut the lead to 11. Now we go to the second half, and Lone Peak would begin to run away and not be caught. Talon Shumway, 3-ball. Knights up 16. Shumway with 16. Back to Mika, just powering his way up. Lone Peak up 27. Nick Emery from Hawes. Knights are up 27 heading into the fourth. In the fourth, more of the same. Hawes, Emery, Hawes, Mika. Mika, 16 points, 18 rebounds. TJ Hawes, 11, and he'd finish it off right there. Lone Peak wins it by 33, finishing 26-1, third straight state championship, and they should finish the year as the #1 team in the nation. Jeremiah Jensen in the D Event Center with the post-game celebration.
A third consecutive state championship for Lone Peak seemed inevitable before this season even started. That's why they felt so much pressure to fulfill their potential. They beat the best competition in state and out of state. They made national headlines, and now they take their place as one of the best, if not the best teams in state history.
That may be the most remarkable thing about our team is we had so much attention, and I mean, these are high school kids, they're not pros, and they were able to handle it.
We wanted to show the state how good we are and how well we play together and how much best buds we are. No, it won't sink in until probably after, but you know, I just got to have fun with my teammates and just enjoy this moment.
I mean, there's no words to describe it. I've never worked for anything so hard in my life, and it feels good to win it with all my teammates. I love these guys.
Does this have more significance because of how special this group was, because this is possibly a national championship team?
Yes, definitely. Being able to share this with my teammates has been so fun, and I'm so happy it finished like this, and I love my teammates, I love my coaches. You know, it's been a blast.
Many believe this is the best basketball team, high school basketball team in state history. Do you believe you guys are the best team?
And you just won state. I think we made a good point. There's a lot of good teams. There's no way to really tell, but we made the best point we could.
I believe we're one of the best teams in the nation, the best teams that come ever out of Utah.
National champions?
National champions.
That's pretty cool.
It's awesome. I'm so happy to be a part of this team.
I'll tell you, this season has been unlike anything that I've ever been a part of. I mean, it's just been incredible.
The Lone Peak Knights are state champions. Now the #1 team in the state waits to see if they are national champions. That announcement should be made officially sometime in March. I'm Jeremiah Jensen, SportsBeat.
Come on, they're #1. All right, that is the 5A story. Next up, the 4A tournament.
He casts it off. It's good. It's good.
After the game winner by Jalen Moore last night, it's an all Cache Valley finale, and this one was much closer than the 5A championship. All right, the 4A state tournament began on Tuesday in Ogden, and we had a couple of surprises. We begin with Bountiful and Westlake. Braves ranked number 2 in 4A. Zach Celius done this all year and drops into 3. He had 15. Westlake trying to keep up. Nice behind the back by Javon Jackson, but Bountiful would pull away in this one. Sam Merrill. Braves win at 67-53 to move on to the quarters. How about Parker Van Dyke in East facing Murray? Murray's freshman right there. A.J. Hodges lining up from long range right there. Then East would get hot from 3 land. Mitch Grant hits 2 long balls in a row. Parker Van Dyke would then score 11 straight down the stretch. East wins it 68-62. Harriman and Highland get ready for the surprise. Highland's David Diver steals it away, and he'll go from one to the other end. I said Diver. It's Diver. Highland up 11 at the half. Harriman rallies back in the second. 12 seconds left. Harriman. Tweeney Lupiamanu gets the bucket. Mustangs tie it up. Then on the inbounds pass, Zia Arima steals it, gets fouled, makes both free throws. For Harriman, we're tied. Now Harriman has the lead now. Last chance for the Rams. Deaver drives, dishes to Henry Morris. Cannot drop it in. There's your surprise. Harriman upsets Highland 44-42. All right, Orem had pretty much locked down the number 1 spot in 4A for the most of the season, and they were expected to make it back to the championship game to defend their title. Meanwhile, Logan had to win a play-in game just to get in the tournament. Logan and Orem meeting on Tuesday in the first round. Grizzlies on fire from Threeville. Logan 8 of 12 from beyond the arc. In the first half, they led by 5 at the break. Game tied at 49, 4 minutes left. BYU commit Dalton Dixon gives the Tigers a 2-point lead, but Logan's Tyler Brimhall, the dagger from the corner. He had 23 for the Grizz. They knock off number 1 Orem 65-60. All right, now to the region champs from Region 5, Mountain Crest taking on Maple Mountain. Inbounds pass, Famafili Putatau. Yeah, okay, you're not going to block that. Putatau is pretty much unstoppable. Scored 21. Mountain Crest with the win, 57-40. Region 7 champ, Olympus taking on Woods Cross. Junior Taylor. Up and under right there. Then Jaron Jones will beat the third quarter buzzer. Here comes the little push in the mild arc. Okay, you know the story. Roy, Olympus gets the win, 50-43. Roy back in the state playoffs. On the run, here comes Jesse Wayment with the layup. He had 14. Then it's Bracott Chapman. 3 ball. Royals build an 11-point lead. Chapman also had 7 blocks, and Roy picks up its first playoff win in 15 years, 59-46. Skyview taking on third-ranked Timpview. Jalen Moore. He would score 16 points on this, and 2 of the most impressive right there on the alley-oop. Then Moore, count it, and the foul. And how about one more from Moore? He had 28, 20-point upset win over Timpview. All right, now moving on to the 4A quarters on Thursday. Back to Jeremiah and the Div Center.
Skyview got a big game from Ty Nielsen. He scored 26 points. And Jalen Moore came up big in the second half with 16 points. Alec Monson had 20 for Olympus, but they came up short. Skyview advances with a 62-57 win. Roy almost pulled off the upset against Bountiful. Jesse Wayman had 16 points, and the Royals led in the fourth quarter. But Sam Merrill put the Braves ahead for good with this shot late in the fourth. They survive and advance. BYU football signee Famafili Laulu Putatau had another big game for Mountain Crest. Harriman Ziarima led a rally. He scored 16, but Mountain Crest made free throws down the stretch to win 52-47. They will play their rival Logan in the semifinals. Tyler Brimhall had another big game, 19 points and 4 of 5 shooting from the three-point line. East rallied from 12 down. Mitch Grant's 3 gave East a 1-point lead with 3.5 minutes left. But Luke Falk put Logan ahead for good. They win 66-62.
So yesterday, the 4A semis, and what a couple of games we had. 3 teams from Cache Valley and Bountiful. Let's go to the first game. Rivals Logan and Mountain Crest locking up. Mustangs beat the Grizzlies both meetings this season. The Purple Palace was packed. Mountain Crest's Tanner Knowles, steal, and the dunk. He had a game high 19. Final minutes of the game, Jordan Larson right there gives the Grizzlies the 1-point lead, but Mountain Crest comes right back, takes a 4-point lead on that layup from Putatau. Last second shot from Luke Falk. Got a chance to tie it up right here. He shoots. It's up and just a bit short. Mountain Crest beats Logan to advance to the championship game. Now, the late game in last night's semis, the wildest of the week so far. Bountiful and Skyview. Back to Jeremiah for the unbelievable finish.
The fans brought the noise for this 4A semifinal. Number 2 Bountiful and Skyview. Let's pick this one up in the third quarter. Sam Merrill had a big night for Bountiful. This cuts Skyview's lead to 1. Skyview would then go on a run. Ty Nielsen misses, but Jalen Moore is there to clean up the mess. Then Mitch Larson knocks down a big 3 to give Skyview a 9-point lead. But Merrill brings the Braves back in the fourth quarter. The steal will lead to the layup, and Bountiful has a 1-point lead, but Skyview answers. Less than 2 minutes left in regulation. Matt Dewey with a big shot. Bobcats back on top. Again, Merrill. And 1. The Utah State commit puts Bountiful back on top with 1:05 to go. Back and forth we go. Ty Nielsen with 2 of his 14, tying the game at 52. Nielsen had a chance to win it from half court at the buzzer. That close. So we go to overtime. Bountiful on the break. Merrill again. Another 3-point play. He had 35 points for Bountiful. They're up 4. Now Skyview down 3 with 12 seconds left. Jalen Moore. And we are tied. Bountiful has a shot to win. But Merrill loses the ball. Skyview gets the ball and the timeout. So with the game tied at 60, they have 2.9 seconds left to do something special.
He casts it off. It's good. It's good. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Jalen Moore has won the game. Oh, my. It's most incredible. He's being mobbed. It's just absolute bedlam here. The coaching staff, this is the most amazing thing I've seen in a basketball game. Bountiful is stunned.
Take me through that shot.
I got the ball, and that's the only shot I had. I just heaved it up there, and it went in, luckily. I don't know, we've been practicing in practice half-court shots, and that just luckily went in, and I don't know, I guess it was just meant to be, so.
That's what players dream of, is that moment. Talk about the emotions you experienced.
I love it. I love my team. I think we're deserving of this, and we worked our butts off to get here, and I don't know how that went in. I'm just happy to be here, and that's really what we dream about, and it went in for me, so.
You have any magic left?
Yeah, we should. We'll come out strong and see what we can get going.
Man, what an ending to that. So the 4A championship game all set. An all Cache Valley and Region 5 championships. Skyview and Mountain Crest, they met twice this season. Mountain Crest winning both of those games, one by 17 and the other by 3. Mountain Crest taking the early lead to Pudutau with the layup right there. And then it's Pomafili again with the steal. And he'll pick up another easy 2. And then Tyler Crosby will hit it from the corner for 3. And then here comes Tanner Knowles throwing it down. Mustangs led by as many as 9 in the first quarter, but back come the Skyview Bobcats, and guess who? Jalen Moore. How about this move? Woo! Stu Morrow, you like that guy? You're going to get him next year. Then Nelson Ricks gets the lay-in, and we are all tied at 27 at the half. Third quarter, Moore, Crosby. Another 3 right down the barrel. Bobcats trailing by 4, but here comes Ty Nielsen. Inside, runner, good, count it. He finished with 9. Jalen Moore, now the fourth quarter. He shined last night. Can he do it again? The jumper off the glass, good. And then Moore, again the hero late. Bobcats up 5 late in the game. They hold on to win it 56-50. Moore with 16 and 7. Pudutau led the Mustangs with 16. Jeremiah in the D once again for the celebration.
Cutting down the nets was an unlikely story. They finished 3rd in Region 5. They lost twice to Mountain Crest, and they needed a half-court buzzer beater in overtime just to get to this game. But once they did, they made the most of it, defeating their Cache Valley rivals to win a state championship.
We knew we were better than that, and our games showed us that. We lost some really close ones, and we weren't satisfied with that, and we wanted to win this. It meant a lot to us and to the school and the community, and we did that.
We got a little spark in there. Kids believed. They could have quit, they could have folded, but they believed in themselves and in what we were trying to do. And that's kind of how things go when everybody buys in at the right time.
We've been wearing black all week. We are the underdog each and every game. So we felt like we had nothing to lose, and each game it was the last chance we'd ever get to come out on this court and play. So we just had to come out here and give it everything each time.
a back and forth game the whole time, and I guess we still had some magic left in us, and I'm just proud of our team. We came out so hard, and we worked our butts off to get here, and every day we would grind it out in practice, and we knocked off some tough teams, and I think we were ready. The road was tough, but we got it done.
The Skyview Bobcats are state champions for the second time in school history and the first time since 1994. Get ready, Cache Valley. A big party's coming your way. I'm Jeremiah Jensen, Sports Beat.
And we are not finished. The 1A basketball title and the hockey championship when we come back. Now the 1A boys state championship game taking place in Richfield. 20-5 Bryce Valley, 16-6 Duchesne. Bryce Valley losing in last year's championship game. Right now, heading into the fourth quarter, Duchesne has a 6-point lead over Bryce Valley. All right, now to the ice. The hockey state championship game taking place on Tuesday. Judge Memorial and Viewmont. Didn't take long for Judge to sound the horn right here. On the attack, off the rebound, Matthew Villar slaps it in, 1-0 Judge. 2 minutes left in the first period. Great move right there by Viewmont's Peyton Jason after the interception. Takes it himself. Great move. That ties it at 1 heading into the second period. That's when Nicholas O'Kane would take over for the Bulldogs. That's goal number 2. Here comes another one. Nicholas O'Kane with the hat trick in the second period alone. He finished with 4 goals on the night. And Judge Memorial defends its state championship. 5-2 your final over Viewmont on Tuesday. We'll be right back. All right, just a reminder, tonight at 10:30 on Sports Beat, BYU playing its final regular season game of the season. Utah State also on the road. We'll tell you what's happening there. Also, congratulations to Lone Peak 5A champs, Skyview, the 4A champs. We'll have the 1A championship highlights tonight on Sports Beat. Let's go back and take another look at the shot of the tournament, the shot of the year. Jalen Moore, Skyview, last night to win it.
He casts it off. It's good. It's good. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Jalen Moore has won the game. Oh, my. It's most incredible. He's being mobbed. It's just absolute bedlam here. The coaching staff, this is the most amazing thing I've seen in a basketball game. Donovan is stunned.